I was ever teamed with Shelton, I would ask to be released.
This is a special presentation for the Bleav in Pro Wrestling podcast. Here's Rick Ucchino on the Bleav Podcast Network.
What is going on, you guys? Rick Ucchino here, Bleav Podcast Network, SB Nation. Big weekend ahead, Survivor Series, War Games, and my guest at this time is ready to be locked inside of the double cage with 9 other women just tearing themselves apart in Boston. I cannot wait for this. I love War Games. I'm so happy we're getting it at Survivor Series this year. Michin joining us here, also known as Mia Yim, for those who didn't catch Raw this week. How are you doing today? Thank you for giving me some time here.
I'm good. How are you?
I am hanging in there, doing the best that I can. It is a pleasure to get to talk to you today, and I do want to dive into Survivor Series, obviously, but let's get the big elephant question out of the room first, right? You know, you just returned back with WWE just a few weeks ago. You know, how did this deal to return to the company come about? And, you know, why was this the right time for you to come back to WWE?
So I've always loved working under Triple H at, NXT. It was with all my friends. It was easy to talk to him. It kind of just, I wasn't expecting much just because I was, we're recently married, just bought a house. So keeping busy in my real life, but also, still busy working and just trying to get my footing and, get that light back under my butt. And it just kind of came out of nowhere. And with Triple H running everything, I couldn't say no. Like, he is someone I respect. He's so smart and creative that it was like, with how things went in NXT, absolutely. So it was an easy decision for me.
Yeah, I was going to say, because my next question was, and it was kind of an obvious question anyway, given the circumstances, was how much of that change in creative direction contributed to your return? Were you able to did you even want to kind of keep track of what had been going on, and what did you think about, the changes as they were, being made and being incorporated? And then, obviously you said it was an easy decision to come back and join that.
So I took a break from wrestling for a couple months, and I just needed time to reevaluate my life and what I wanted. So I wasn't really watching anything. I was, just trying to find myself. And I'm best friends with Shayna, Dakota, and Jay Duke. And so we're, in this group chat, when, talking to Shayna, we talk pretty much every day, every other day. And when Dakota came back, because I was streaming at the time, and then everybody on my stream was like, oh my God, Dakota. I was like, okay, what's going on? Because now I'm scared. And so when I finally figured out, I texted her. I was like, how is everything? Like, it's awesome seeing on TV, but like, how is everything really? And like, just her and Shayna and all of them just saying everything that was like, okay, yeah, if that's the case and that's how you guys feel, and they will tell me straight up whether, sure, there's real changes or not. And it was enough for me to be like, you know what? Okay, yeah, I'm open to it for sure.
So what has your experience been like in these last few weeks since you've been back?
Amazing. Very hectic and busy, but I like that. I like it. It's awesome. It feels like NXT again.
The last time that we saw you in WWE, you were going under a different name. You come back to the name that most of us knew you by in Mia Yim. And now here 3 weeks later, you have made another name change. It was a nickname given to you by the OC on TV, and now it is your official name, Michin. What was the driving force behind the change there? And for people who don't follow you on Twitter and may not know what that is, can you kind of give us a little backstory there?
So Michin is Korean for crazy, and I am half Korean, half African American. So I always do what I can to represent both my heritage. And Michin is something that my mom has called me since I was a kid. So it's very it holds something special to me because it's something that I'm used to growing up, and something that even my mom, when she would watch, she would, it brings her joy watching every Monday, even though her kid's on TV. It's like, oh my God, like she's using, granted, every Korean parent calls their kid, or whatever. And so it's just cool to just kind of remember growing up, like when I would watch wrestling with my dad and my sister, like, I want to do that too. And my mom, yo, just saw, like, are you crazy? And so it's a lot of people don't understand, just because it is a Korean thing. So if you're not a part of the culture, if you don't understand the culture, it's not gonna make sense. So I get why a lot of people were confused or didn't like it. But for me and my family, like, it's something special to me.
Yeah. Well, first off, people hate change, regardless. So, anytime there's like an abrupt change or something like that, people are going to, react accordingly. But this was, I'm guessing, something that you pitched and WWE is very receptive to?
Yes.
Okay, fair enough. So kind of take me through the creative process for you coming back. You have been paired up with the OC, which just seems like an absolutely natural fit. The four of you together, brought in as the equalizer for Rhea Ripley, which we'll get into coming up here in a little bit. But when you were coming back to WWE, and you alluded to it there just a little bit, so maybe kind of expound upon that. What was it that you wanted to show this new Mia Yim on TV? What was your idea behind the new persona that came back to the company?
I just wanted to be me. I just wanted to come back and showcase what I've been doing for over a decade. And with the OC, like, we've never been close before, but we've always known each other. We worked with each other in other companies. I was rooting for AJ in his up, down, down championship battle with Breeze. Like, we have history. So it was very easy for, like, the OC, the Bullet Club. Those are like monumental groups in wrestling. So to be a part of the OC, it's such an honor, like, just to be a part of that group. But the boys are so cool and so welcoming, and they really do feel like brothers, and I love them to pieces. And this was probably the best way for me to come back, because as nervous as I was being with them, they kept me calm, cool, and collective. Like, it really helps being with them.
Yeah. And, they put you in a pretty big spot here, coming back with the OC, who has been feuding with Judgment Day. And obviously now you're brought in to counteract Rhea Ripley, who has just been, on fire, killing it on Monday Night Raw as part of the Judgment Day. I'm sure you guys are going to throw down a little bit on Saturday for sure. This is the first official match between you guys in quite some time, if I did my research correctly, at least a couple of years. Just watching her growth, what have you been most impressed by as her as a performer since the last time you guys locked up together?
Her evolution, honestly, like, from when I first came to NXT to now, it's night and day. But not even just like her character, but she is so freaking good in the ring. And when I was in NXT, we've done more tag stuff. Like, we work together. So I kind of know her a little bit in what she's thinking in the ring. But because she has changed so much for the better, I don't know what to expect. But I'm very impressed with how she's grown, how she's handled things. But just like her, I've been through stuff too, and now I'm different. So.
Yeah, and you two are going to hook up this Saturday as part of Survivor Series WarGames. Now, this is a match you were supposed to take part in 2019, and then, for lack of a better term, Dakota Kofi'd you. Is this a match that you've always wanted to kind of swing back around and get involved in, especially with a name like Michin? This seems to be right up your alley.
Yes, for sure. Like, I love, and once again, this is why I'm crazy. This is why I love extreme matches. Like, oh man, give me a kendo stick, give me a trash can lid, let's go. So even though I wasn't a part of the first War Games, it's cool to be there for it. And now being able to be a part of it, it's like I've got so much planned for this. Just because like this is where I strive and this is what I do. And you can hit me with a bus, but I'm still gonna get up and try to get that 1, 2, 3.
Are you kind of viewing this as a major opportunity to kind of make an impression on the mainstream audience who might not know you as well as other people?
Absolutely. Like wrestling, it's a huge world, but the stuff that I've done, not a lot of like, there's only a certain percentage that knows who I am and knows what I can do, where the bigger casual fan don't know who I am. So this is going to be like, not only do I have to take out Rhea and take out Dakota for taking me out from the last War Games, but now I have to do things that I've been doing for years, but now I can show the people who don't know who I am what I can do. So I have a lot to prove.
Absolutely. And we still don't know who everybody on your team is going to be. We'll find out who the fifth member is this coming Friday on SmackDown. But I'll go ahead and ask you, there's been rumors floating around. Everybody has their theory. Who would you like to see be the fifth member of your team? And no, you cannot say Shelton Benjamin.
If I was ever teamed with Shelton, I would ask to be released.
Well, dang. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I'm still trying to get over the sickness, but anybody on somebody that you would like to work with?
I'm trying to think. Does it have to be like in Raw?
It can be anybody you want. It's the world's your oyster on this one.
Probably Shayna.
Yeah, I figured that. As soon as you said that, I figured that would be the direction to go. Yeah. We'll all find out who your teammate's going to be this Friday on SmackDown on Fox, and then everybody needs to tune in to Peacock this Saturday night to watch Survivor Series War Games. Mia Yim, Michin, good luck moving forward. Happy to finally get to talk for you. Welcome back, and looking forward to this weekend.
Thank you so much.